Hey y'all, welcome or welcome back to my channel, The Budgeting Biologist. My name is Brittany. If you are new here, thank you so much for stopping on this little old video. And if you're an oldie but a goodie, thank you so much as always for coming back. Today, I'm going to be closing out my November budget in 2022. So if you're interested in that type of content, please consider giving this video a like, commenting, and of course, subscribing to the channel. Your girl would so much appreciate it. And with that, let's hop into the video. All right, y'all, so I do want to apologize up front if I seem a little low energy, a little out of it. We did go out last night. I'm filming this on a Sunday, and we went out Saturday night. My boyfriend starts his new job this upcoming Monday, so we got a little lit. We're older now too, so I don't know what we were thinking. We can't sustain the type of partying that we used to, but we did it anyway, and I'm regretting it big time now, but that is why I may seem a little out of it for this video. But let's jump in. So for my income, I always like to start with my income. I budgeted a total of $5,162 that we would be getting for our income. What I actually got, and to my surprise, was $5,315. This is because it winded up being a 3-month paycheck for my side job. I didn't feel like adding another line for paycheck 5, so I just multiplied my paycheck 4 by 2. And that was really nice to see that, you know, I got a little bit extra money. That's always great to have. Okay, cool. So my income was a little bit higher than what I expected. If we move down here to savings, and savings, I budgeted that I was going to be putting $2,612 into savings, and that is what I actually put into my savings account. These last 4 savings challenges will be going away in December because I've talked about it previously, but I am no longer doing savings challenges here on my channel. And this was the last month I allocated money for it separately. I think I did keep investing, but my $1,000, my cash emergency, and my zero out are all no more, at least for right now. But I was able to fully fund all of my savings like I had hoped in November. Now moving back up to sinking funds, I have budgeted to put $585 in my sinking funds, and that is what I actually put in it. So I was really happy about that. Now, moving on to our actual expenses. So this is where things get a little bit more complicated. Okay, so for my fixed expenses in total, we budgeted $1,125. We spent $1,100, and that is because both my water bill and my Wi-Fi were lower than what we expected. However, my electric bill was a little bit more than what we budgeted, and we're still trying to figure out what's going on with the electric bill. Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all. This is the first time I've lived in an apartment that had a separate electric bill. Every single apartment I've ever lived in, all the utilities were rolled into one. Like, I had a flat rate. So this is my first time paying an electric bill, so I'm not quite sure if having a $150 electric bill in the winter is common. So excuse my ignorance, but we're still trying to figure out what's going on. Unfortunately, I do know our December electric bill is going to be even more than our November one. But the good news is that over the summer, we over budgeted how much we were putting towards our electric bill. And our electric bills in the summer were extremely low. I'm talking about like $60, things like that. So we do have a little bit of a cushion built up in our joint account. So I think we're going to be okay, but I still need to figure out what exactly we're doing that's making our electricity bill so high. But anyways, we did come in under budget with $1,100. So very excited about that. Moving on to our variable expenses, we budgeted $839 for our variable expenses, winding up in total spending $751. We did really well on groceries this month, and this is largely because, of course, Thanksgiving was in November. We both, spent a lot of time at our family's house, so we were eating there. We had tons of leftovers, so that is why, we were able to come in so much under budget for groceries. Also came in under budget for gas, beauty, shopping, entertainment, and spending. So very happy about all of that. And pet as well. I came in about $1 under budget. The only category that I went over in is eating out. I went over about $6 in eating out. I am a little sad about this because I've been trying to challenge myself to eat out less and less, but you know, going over $5 isn't that bad. Well, $6 isn't that bad. So, but I'm promising to myself that I'm going to try to do better in December. And gotta tell y'all, I just talked to my grandma. She is coming into town next week. So that means your girl's about to be eating real good when my grandma comes to town. So hopefully my food budget will go down. Okay, now moving on to our sinking funds and what we spent out of our sinking funds. Again, we started off with $2,356 in our sinking funds. We're ending the month with a net gain. So we have $2,402 in our sinking funds. I put in $585 and I did wind up spending $538, so almost $539. So not as much as I was hoping to have of a net gain this month, but let me explain where my sinking fund purchases went. I started spending out of Christmas. You know, I mainly got decorations so far in November and December. I plan on getting most of my gifts. This was for my dad's birthday. My dad's birthday is in early November, so I always give him cash. That's what he wants for his birthday. I did spend a little bit out of car, clothes, which I'm going to talk about later, Brittany, which I'm going to talk about later, electronics. I did spend a little bit of money out on YouTube. I spent $20 out of because that went towards my giveaway, and I did have a copay this month due that was $30. So in total, $538 we spent out of our sinking funds, but we still did have a net increase overall in our sinking funds. So I'm really happy about that. All right, so now going down to here is our budget zero based. So when we budgeted, I had $1.32 left over that will be going towards my buffer. But because I got that extra paycheck that I didn't know I was getting, we have a net gain of $265 or $266 if you want to round up. That will be going towards our buffer. I'm very excited about that. So the next thing what I want to show y'all is basically how I graphed all of my budgeting data for this month. I think I'm going to do this at the end of each month so I can see everything all laid out in one chart. So we can see here in fixed expenses of the money I budgeted for my fixed expenses. You know, obviously the majority of it went to rent. My electric bill was a little bit more than I was hoping. And then everything else was pretty much on target. I'm happy with everything else except for that electric bill, which is going to take up an even greater percentage of what I spent on my fixed expenses in December. But let's all hope January is going to be better. Moving on to our variable expenses. I feel pretty good about my variable expense spending this month. I'm very happy with what groceries looked like. I think I can do better in entertainment, but I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm going to be spending a lot from entertainment in December. I already spent some last night when we went out for the celebration of my boyfriend's new job. I'm going to be going out with family and friends all of December. So I don't foresee my entertainment/fun spending getting better till the new year, basically. And I do also want to do a little bit better in food. I already explained that. I'm hoping that eating out less is going to be able to offset some of the cost of, you know, going out, fun, and entertainment for the month of December. But everything else I'm pretty happy with in terms of how I did with my spending. All right, so moving on to sinking funds. Now, this is what I really want to talk to y'all about. I am not happy with how much money I've been spending on clothes and in Brittany. Now, if you don't know, I'm a PhD microbiologist, like a PhD level microbiologist. And earlier this year, I went from working in a lab, you know, doing experiments and all that good stuff, to working in an office environment. I started my new job in June. And when you work in a lab, like, no one cares what you wear. I promise, like, my lab mates didn't care what I wore. As long as I was following the safety rules, I could have showed up in pajamas and no one would have said anything. However, now that I work in a lab environment, not a lab environment, but an office environment, it had been years, literally 10 plus years since I've had professional clothing. So I spent a good amount of money this year on basically building up my wardrobe so I have actual professional clothes to wear. And now that we are basically permanently 3 days at home, 2 days in the office, I am going into the office a lot more. So, I'm really hoping that I'm going to be spending less money on clothes in the new year. The other category I definitely want to do better in is Brittany. And again, we strive for transparency on this channel. What my Brittany fund originally was supposed to be was basically any spending that didn't fall into any of my other sinking funds. What it's basically become is an extension of my clothing sinking fund. So when I ran out of money from my clothes sinking fund, I started taking it out of Brittany. And that is not what I want to do. I was really disappointed with myself, but I'm promising myself after the end of December next year, I'm going to try to spend way less money on clothes next year and actually use my Brittany sinking fund for what its original purpose was. Now, finally, moving on to just kind of the overview of the month. We can see for my fixed expenses, what I budgeted and what I actually spent were pretty similar. I did a lot better on my variable expenses, so I'm very, very, very happy about that. But I do want to, decrease how much I'm eating out and eventually on how much I'm spending on going out and things like that in the new year. Savings, I put, over half my income into savings, so always very thankful about that. And then, of course, as I've mentioned already, my sinking funds, I did put in $585, but because of how much I spent, my net gain this month was really, really small. Really disappointed about that, but we got to be kind to ourselves. There's no point in having the sinking funds if you're not going to spend it. So let's just hope that I'm going to be doing better coming to the new year. I already know I'm not going to do better for December. Like, I'm already putting that onto the universe. But for, the new year, let's hope we do a little bit better. All right, so wrapping up this video, I just want to show y'all what is going on with my accounts. So in my checking, we started off with $467. We're ending with about $1,800. So a very large percent change in my checking account. So I'm very happy about this. And this is because I moved some money around. I got that extra paycheck I wasn't expecting. So very happy about that. In my savings and sinking funds account, which I have combined just for, the purposes of the spreadsheet. But I do have a separate savings account for my sinking funds and my just general savings. We're starting off in total with $2,498. We are ending the month with $30,429. I told y'all I'm out of it, so please forgive me. For a net gain of about 7% change of positive income. So I'm very happy about that. House fund, we're starting off with $16,074, ending the month with $16,074 for a positive change of 6.22. And I do just want to point out something about my house fund. So right now, I have $10,000 of my house fund in an iBond where I am getting about 10% interest on the iBond right now. So that is not reflected in the balance because you don't get that money until you take it out. So, you redeem the bond. So for right now, this is actually higher than $17,074 because of that interest, but I'm just putting it here as what I have reflected from the initial value of the iBond plus what I have in the savings account. But it is higher than this, so very happy about how our house fund is going. And my boyfriend also has a house fund going. We have about the same amount in our house fund. So we have about $38,000 saved, for potential down payment, closing costs, whenever that comes into play. And I'm just gonna keep funneling money into this account as much as I can. All right, so now moving on to our investment. We started off in our traditional IRA with $12,656. We're ending with $13,324. Happy to see that. Our Roth IRA, I did max out for the year. I will be maxing it out for the year with, the additional 500 that's going to be in December. But we started off November with $6,250, ending with $7,101. My Robinhood account, we started off with $2,075, ending with $2,145. So 3% change there. Very happy with that. Coinbase, I had a net loss of about $3. I haven't really been investing in cryptocurrency. I'm kind of just holding on what I have now and, in hopes that it'll go up again, but who knows if that'll happen. My 401k, I have $2,284, and now we're at $3,184, and I'm not going to be able to fully max this out by the end of the year just because of when I actually was able to contribute to it at my new job. My contributions got all screwed up, but it's okay. Next year, I plan on fully maxing out my 401k, but I'm very happy to see I got a 39% change in the amount in this account. And then wrapping this up with credit card, our ending balance on my Chase card, which is, if you're new to my channel, I pretty much do all of my purchases on my Chase card. I use my Capital One card to pay a few bills, and then I pay it off immediately. And then this card, my One FBUSA, this is the very first credit card that I ever got, and I have not used it in years. I just keep it open because it is my longest account. So in total for credit cards, we have $1,112 that we spent. And of course, I will be paying this off in full in December. Later on in December is what I should say. Okay, y'all, thank y'all so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy, please consider, again, giving this video a like, commenting, and of course, subscribing. I would love to see you back here in my next upload. I hope y'all are having an amazing December, no matter where in the world you're watching this, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.